Tonight, from Toronto, Canada, it's the NFC Championship game. It's the Toronto Thunderbirds taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Toronto Thunderbirds. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game, but this is the one that's the real challenge.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Well, the throw for Portland is intercepted. Picked off about the 27. Finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, that defense has to rush onto the touchdown.
Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of the ball game, they're in the playoffs. Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the driver begin at the 25-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
3 yards the gain there, second down. From the gun, Bailey will get this one to Pittman. That's very good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, Now you put your team into the position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Fuller there on the coverage.
Takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Ball carried by number 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off
He's
a pretty decent game.
42-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Bailey from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That was a good opportunity. Just went around there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here on the coverage.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
16-yard
Back
line.
onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Well, get him to the ground at the 20, following a pick on the 4.
On the keeper. He's
For the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Double team, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
At the 20-yard line.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You're going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? Well, they responded to the challenge. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Back to throw is Bailey. To throw on 2nd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Bailey's pass.
Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It's on the ground. And the defense will get their hands on it. And they're going to stop shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Taken down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Taken in. And they'll get this up to the 30-yard line. This is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Kamara. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you he'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Kamara again, the ball.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
It's Ross complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Let's go! First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 38. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons, nothing.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. On the ground, Kamara. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Kamara on the carry.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen they can really get the scrimmage.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
He gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Sack.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third down, here's Haskins. Third down, Atlanta's defense, solid coverage.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-0.
Makes the score Thunderbirds 10.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, kept the drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing,
Brings up second.
not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Here's Bailey, looking to throw on second down. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
By Cole Holcomb. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Waiting from the gun. Bailey. Can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young. Able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your down trying to throw the football.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have to execute excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's looking for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. On 2nd down, Kamara. Past the 35, maybe dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
As we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down.
11 yards there, just like last play.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team are defensive tackles because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 16, Haskins. That'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Hoffrichter set the kick.
Following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. In this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Bailey throwing on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
The 43-yard line. A gain
The
of
gun. Bailey.
2nd and
8. He takes this one down, goes all the way to the 30.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Come on, boy!
We looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
That is a
his kick here is good.
The field goal.
And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there, but I can see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, what half remains in the battle to see who will take...
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Haskins to throw. Trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Complete. Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Haskins will throw. The shark is complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
At the 43-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night?
Brings up
it hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
Now it's Haskins. And the snap, this is Chubb. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to the ground is Camaro. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Haskins pass. Complete to T.J. Hawkinson.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a handoff looking right. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Haskins to throw. Here's Haskins, a quick throw out long. And he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the night. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, something about this team just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, they're starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip. Very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets.
Set to kick off.
Now following the touchdown, off Richter to kick off. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Bailey is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
37.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back, and sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? All of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On the play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Another carry.
Here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. This is caught. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Flush to his right. They try and run for this. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on down. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach Rudy's going to say why he did it. We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause.
Good.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
3. Sterling.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And it's complete to start the drive. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of
when you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The secondary attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Bailey. Can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
On the play. Another 3 and out.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
He gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Haskins on 3rd down. That's caught. Touchdown. DJ Cherry there to make the grab as his guys continue to pull it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now following the touchdown, Hoff Richter to kick off. inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Their backs really against the wall now, and we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the 4th. Bailey now on 1st down. It's complete. Now the ball comes loose, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And those guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Well, on 1st down, they run with Camaras. He'll take it forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons 16. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1, got to be in sync, and they were.
The running back.
And still running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
It's a gain
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Brings up 3rd down. Tonight's final.
And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.